This is a certified hood classic.
So family, I'm a little late to the party. I'm a little late to this party, man. I'm about a year's late. But man, my boy has dropped this video that people have been telling me to watch for a long time, bro. The most evil live stream ever, bro, all right? I think I've kind of caught a few clips. I think I tried to watch it on stream one time or whatnot, but either way it goes, bro, we're getting ready to check out this video, revisit it. For most of y'all who've already seen it, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, go down below, subscribe to your boy, all right?
In the late 90s, a very popular Japanese game show tortured a man for a year and broadcast it every Sunday night. This isn't like reality TV where it's all fake and scripted, not to ruin Christmas for all the believers out there. This was legitimately torturing another human being for the sake of entertainment. And it was extremely popular, averaging 17 million viewers every Sunday night that they'd play the clip.
What's interesting, real quick, what's interesting is, bro, they weren't even doing live streams like that at this time. Because I could say back in the 90s or something like that. Japan has been doing reaction videos long as hell. They've been setting up actual TV shows doing reaction videos. They've been doing it, man. They make it a regular thing. It's like, I just feel like Japan is so advanced where they had those QR codes where you can scan your phone and take a picture. They had that shit when they had flip phones, bro.
Like
that
fun.
Shit is
what
crazy.
A great way of starting the day. A nice bowl of cereal and milk for breakfast and watching a man's sanity slowly deteriorate as he dances around naked in absolute agony. Wonderful. This is the story of Nasubi. As I briefly mentioned, another YouTube channel named The Atrocity Guide made a great video on this topic, but I wanted to go even deeper. So we, Caleb, Chelsea, and I, really did a fucking thorough deep dive, spreading the foul cheeks of this situation wide open, going through live streams, all of the broadcast clips, in order to really get a handle on just how vile this whole thing was. Wow. So let's begin. In 1998, a popular Japanese game show named Susanoo Dimpa Shonen held a raffle to find their next contestant for an upcoming show they were working on called A Life of Prizes. Nasubi ended up
he won. Look, he happy as hell, boy. Monkey face ass, boy. I'm finna get on your shit, boy. Tamagotchi face ass, boy. I'm finna get on your shit, boy. Han from Tokyo Drift hand ass, boy. I'm finna get on your shit, boy. Ugly ass, long ass side, boys, longer than the Highway 70, boy. Y'all probably don't know what that highway is, boy, but just think of your longest highway, and that's this man's sideburns, boy. Fat face ass, boy. God, leave, boy. Shit, your ass is Diddy Kong, ain't it?
Winning the lottery and was ecstatic. He believed this was going to be a big break for him since he was also an up-and-coming comedian, and he was escorted to a small apartment where he was then instructed to take off all of his clothes in order to participate in the game. The challenge was he would have to survive in this apartment on nothing but his winnings from sweepstakes. They only provided him with water, and he was told that he would not be allowed to leave or communicate with the outside world or have any access to anything that he didn't directly earn through magazine sweepstakes. He was told that he'd need to win 1 million yen, which at the time, 1998, was right around 8,000 US dollars, through only mail-in magazine sweepstakes in order to...
$8,000 from magazines? But I'm thinking that it was like, I think he just said it could be of shit. So if you want a TV that's like, whatever, you know, if it's $1,000, $1,000.
Complete the challenge and be released from the room. And yes, this does include food. They didn't provide him with any food. The only food he'd have access to is the food that he earns through mail-in sweepstakes. It just feels like there were better odds of a bird carrying $10,000 in its mouth crashing through the apartment window than actually earning 10 grand through mail-in sweepstakes. This shit is like something you would actually hear of like fucked up prison guards at Guantanamo Bay doing as like a joke or something. It's so cruel and brutally difficult. But Nasubi did actually pull it off.
It's not, I don't think they were actually holding him hostage though. And that's why I don't feel like it's cruel. I feel like if they paid me or they told me I was going to be on a TV show or whatever, and I decide to strip butt naked, go on a TV show, and do magazine subscriptions, I don't know if I would call that cruel. I would just more or less call him stupid or like desperate, something. Like he has to be some. That's a mental thing to do that. You understand what I'm saying? Like for a man to get butt naked on a camera and for the world to see, I don't know, you got children, like, but this is just, you know,
it took
whatever.
Nasubi
like,
335 days total to finally make enough money to be released from it. Or at least, so you'd think. This is actually only the tip of the iceberg here, but I just want to give you the story in a nutshell. And I also want to explain the name Nasubi, because that's not actually the contestant's real name. His actual name is Tomoaki Hamatsu. The name Nasubi actually means eggplant. And he got this because the producers used an eggplant to censor his genitals for the broadcast.
And that's why we use
eggplant. They also said that his head resembled the shape of an eggplant. The whole point
nasty,
of
bro.
the Susanoo Dinpa Shonen broadcast here was to laugh at Nasubi. And people were. 17 million people having an old hoot and a holler, real side-splitting comedy, watching a man be legitimately tortured. Nasubi believed that he was being recorded and that the clips were going to be re-edited and broadcast for TV. So he would come in and like update people on what he's doing. Like, I just won this can of cat food. I just won this bicycle. And then he'd like dance around and try and make it entertaining. But he never knew that he was being live streamed the whole time.
Oh, never mind,
He was under the impression that it was just going to be moments from the challenge. Not that every excruciating second of this challenge was being broadcast to all of Japan. Extremely fucked situation, and this is just the bare outline of it. What I want to do for this video is actually go through a lot of clips and moments from this live stream and the broadcast, as well as just everything surrounding it, because it is so baffling. It is bizarre that this actually happened. I remember Vsauce did a video on what happens to the mind when you're cut off from stimulation in the outside world for an extended period of time. And unsurprisingly, it is so psychologically damaging to be completely alone and isolated like Nasubi was. And Vsauce only did like a few days. Nasubi did over a year, 15 months total.
Your brain is damaged, bro. He probably don't even know how to talk to people no more. Really got some rice? This is kind of sad. Fiber jelly? What the fuck is that?
This was Nasubi's first big win, a fat dubski. He was able to secure 12 pots of fiber jelly. I don't know what the fuck fiber jelly is. I've never heard of it in my life. That sounds like a made-up substance in the movie Snowpiercer, but it was huge for Nasubi because it's his first bit of food since this started, so he was extremely hungry and was able to get some nutrients. This wasn't the first thing he applied for, though. The first sweepstakes he was entering were for clothing items. He wanted to cover up, obviously, because being naked is going to be cold, uncomfortable, especially since it's being filmed. So he had applied for an apron first, but he didn't win.
That's smart. Man, I'd have been filling shit out all day, every day. Just, hey, look, my hands bleed. I've been like, all right, bitch, we gonna get the fuck through this. And then the fuck through this. You know what I'm saying, bro? What else do you have to do? Come on, man. I don't want to see cheeks. You told that man you need to put on some fucking clothes. 7, damn.
Obviously, since Nasubi was trapped in isolation, cut off from the rest of the world, he cherished every single knock at that door. It was the only bit of human interaction he gets. So he'd get excited, and of course he's expecting to win something, since why else would someone be knocking at the door? So he gets really hyped up, like, hey, finally something came that's going to help me get closer to completing this challenge, or maybe it's food and I'm starving. But that wasn't always the case. Like in these two clips here, sometimes it was just fucking cruel, where a postman knocked on his door just to let him know that he needs to put his name on the mailbox or some shit, and then also someone put the wrong address for a ramen delivery, so he couldn't even have the ramen after smelling it. It was
I've been like,
really
bitch, that's mine. Oh, he got a package though.
Finally, it seems fortune's looking up for Nasubi here. He's able to secure 5 kilograms of rice. But then things get heartbreaking when he realizes he has no way of cooking the rice because
Damn.
he need to win a pot from a sweepstakes in order to use it. So he just has 5 kilograms of rice that he can't cook.
Bro, he better find some way in there.
You know, like it's a treasure that you can't have. So he gets desperate and he...
Oh, stop it. He gives him something to work for. Okay,
oh,
stop.
Rice raw.
I'm sad, yo. But I would have cooked it in something else, bro. I don't give a fuck. I would have burned this shit down. Better cook that bitch in the sink. Bro, this man is dying, boy. What is that?
Unable to continue eating the rice
look like
raw,
Jeff.
Nasubi knew he needed to find some way to cook it, so he went full fucking Jimmy Neutron here. He hatched an idea to put the rice into one of the jelly fiber containers, and he put hot water in it, left it out overnight, hoping to make it somewhat cooked. As you can see in the clip, he said, even if it's gruel, just make it into something. It didn't work at all. So he came up with another plan to put it in the fiber jelly container, put it in the hot water, and set it next to the gas burner. So that way it would kind of cook it by proxy.
Oh,
and this worked. It was able to cook the rice, and now he had an efficient way of actually eating that rice that he won.
Oh my God, bro. They didn't get this man a towel or nothing. Bro.
Slowly but surely, Nasubi was chipping away at that million yen goal, winning more and more prizes, such as a bicycle, which...
Man, I would hope somebody came up, bro. Somebody came up to my door. I've been like, hey, bro. I understand, bro. But look, do me a favor, bro. Look, I got something in here. It was something he could trade. I'd have fucking traded something to get a towel or something like that. Like, bro, come back and drop me off a pair of pants. Or something, you know what I'm saying? Like trading something for that, bro.
On the surface, seems pretty useless since he couldn't take it outside, but he turned it into a stationary bike, and I'm sure that was like a good way of stimulating him, because what the fuck else are you gonna do? So he'd eat his watery rice while pedaling on the bicycle. He can't even work out.
He ain't got no food.
And he started gathering more and more winnings. It started to look like my fucking dorm room from college, just a bicycle and all kinds of miscellaneous shit all over the place.
Nice. He did it again. But he better get some more rice. What the hell is that?
He also upgraded his whole cooking operation by using a pin and a can of sake. He was able to create a pretty efficient cooking apparatus, so he was able to make rice more efficiently. He was even able to cook spaghetti now. So he was really like climbing up the tech tree here by just being an absolute fucking genius. And it's also worth noting, some of the more useless things he won, like the bicycle, wasn't entirely worthless because that helped increase the value of his winnings, bringing him closer to that million yen mark. So even if he couldn't get a ton of usage out of it directly, just having it in the room was beneficial because it gets him closer to being done with the challenge.
Okay. What the fuck is this?
でもちょっと厳しいね。こんな小さすぎた。
Now you gotta use that just to cover up your nips.
Now it's been about 2 months in this clip here, and according to Atrocity Guide, Nasubi submitted 5,748 sweepstakes entries in the first month. So you can imagine that he's right around that 11,000, 12,000 sweepstake entry ballpark, and he is just now winning his first article of clothing, which are used panties from someone named Hitomi-chan. I want to say I had no idea the used panty market spanned this far back in time. This is 1998. I thought soiled panties, used socks, and bath water were things women started selling within the last decade to take advantage of like, internet sales. I had no idea that this was a popular market all the way back in...
Bro, you a freak, bro. If you buy some used panties just a sniff, you don't know what ass been on them panties. You don't know what ass. It could be a grown-ass man named Yoshi. Let me squeeze up them panties. Scratch. And now you up there sniffing. Oh, the feculence. Nasty ass, boy.
But anyway, Nasubi wins these panties. It's his only article of clothing he's won so far, but they don't fit, unfortunately.
名前つけてあげないとね、かわいそうだね。 そうだ。ナスビのお友達でビーナスちゃんとビーナス連れて初めてのお散歩。
I found this one to be extraordinarily sad, so it's still around 2 months now. He's had no contact with any human beings aside from the delivery guy just dropping off his winnings. He wins a stuffed seal which he names Binasu and takes him for a walk. It's his only source of companionship. That shit just breaks my heart to see. I'm not.
That is kind of sad. Oh, that boy got a piece of meat.
貧乏芸人の日常生活においてステーキの4文字なんて想像だにしなかった。
肉をボールペンに刺して炙り始めた。5分後。
美味しそう。
Damn, okay.
ナスビにとって最高級の食べ物、ステーキを今まさに食べようとする瞬間。
This is his first time winning a direct source of protein. Up until this point, his diet was mainly just the rice and like spaghetti. So he'd be getting trace amounts of protein, but never something like steak.
Right.
His macros had to be so fucked from this, but he finally gets steak, and
right.
he cooks it by using a ballpoint pin to cook it over the direct flame. And he gets to eat it and is super happy about it. I'd also like to highlight something in that note he wrote. He said, in the life of a poor comedian, he's only used the word steak in his imagination. I think this is big because prior to this challenge, Nasubi wasn't a popular comedian in Japan. He wasn't well off or anything like that.
He was poor. Okay.
This was his big break, which is why he was so excited to be part of this show. And then he gets tortured. It's so fucking
They used him.
Like, you can't help but feel absolutely horrible for this guy.
当たった。
電車でガッ
さらに
専用コントローラー好き。
Bro, you are not funny, ugly ass.
はナスビ、車掌はビーナスってな風に。
加熱しないで食べるつもりだ。
He's eating them uncooked. What is he eating?
全然いける。
What tastes good?
すべてビーナス君のおかげだ。
Binatsu?
He wins a PlayStation game as well as a special controller for it, but he doesn't have a PlayStation or a TV to play it on. He then also wins raw pork and raw crab and eats it raw because he didn't really have an efficient way of cooking those. And you can see that he talks a lot to the stuffed seal. This is very much like a Castaway situation with Wilson. When you're deprived of human contact for as long as Nasubi has been, you start to try and find ways of being social. Humans are social creatures by nature, which is why it's so torturous to be deprived of that. It's fucking brutal. It's been right around 3 months by this point, and he is not even halfway done to the 1,000,000 yen goal.
But it's like every little thing he gets, he is so happy and excited about it, bro. Like, as you know, I started off with this, I'm like, but now as we start to get more and more and more down the line, it's just, golly, this is sad. You know what I mean? Like, this is really sad, bro.
3ヶ月ぶりの掃除スタート。
Oh, he got a TV.
まあ1は映んねえのか。
Nice, he can play that game.
アップするよこれで。
そのものとは。
歯ブラシと歯磨きのセットです。
He's able to win a vacuum cleaner, which enables him to clean the room for the first time in 3 months, and then wins a TV, which would have been great because he'd finally have some source of entertainment. But unfortunately, since there was no antenna, it was useless because it would only play static. And he still didn't have a PlayStation to like play the PlayStation game that he won. So the TV was just a source of fucking white noise, I suppose. And then he finally gets something really, really useful, which is a toothbrush and toothpaste, which lets him brush his teeth for the first time in 3 months.
Okay. They trying to make sure that they ain't killing them. Yes! Yes, you are, sir.
This is one component that I always see left out for all of the publications or videos that talk about the horror of the Nasubi story. They actually had a doctor come in and check up on him. The staff wanted to make sure that he wasn't like on the brink of death or that he hadn't contracted any like serious disease or anything. So they had a doctor come in, take his vitals, also did like a blood and urine test, or so they claim, and then gave him a clean bill of health. Now, assuming that that's all legitimate and not just, you know, theatrics for the television program, I would still say this doesn't take into account the actual torture this man is enduring. Like, even if his vitals are okay, he doesn't have a disease or any, like, big alarming health concerns. This is a man that has been deprived of sunlight, socialization, entertainment, and just basic human needs for 3 months by this point. So even if all of the blood work and all of that is within normal limits, this is a man who is still very much not okay. And to try and make it seem like, no, everything's great, Nasubi's happy, and this is a totally fine...
My boy got some long-ass ears, boy.
...by the books thing, look, the doctor even says so, is even more scummy and shitty.
Scummy and dummy. Scummy and dummy.
命の源お米が米袋の底に溜まってる程度になってしまってる。
ついに今日で最後か。
Come on, put on some pants.
最後のお米です。
He ain't got pants. My bad, I'm sorry.
工夫です。
No, you lying. He eating dog food?
すると。
まずい。
Dog food でー。
Why are you looking up? Stupid ass.
Somehow
Stop
the
eating
story
it.
keeps getting more tragic. The rice that he won on the 20th day was finally running out, and he was unable to win any more during this time. So he resorted to eating dog food. And dog food became the primary thing that he was eating. It was like his main diet. So he was surviving off dog food. And another thing that I've seen brought up a few times that I also question is the legitimacy of, like, what shows up. Because it would have been very easy for producers to intercept things that Nasubi had won if they were too helpful. Like, I find it very odd that the only thing Nasubi won in terms of clothing throughout all 15 months was a pair of panties. That seems so unrealistic.
And it's freaky, bro. It's some freaky Japanese shit, bro. I'm sorry. I'm being honest. That's some freaky Japanese shit. It is. Used woman's panties is what he got in the mail. They know that you're going to pay for used panties. Used panties is like a commodity over there, bro. It's like, you know what I'm saying? That shit is in the list with gold, jewelry, oranges, navels. I ain't talking about something that's on your body, but it might as well be, bro, used panties. So I agree with Charlie, bro. At the end of the day, bro, I think they intercepted a lot of shit. Yeah, facts.
I really think there may have been foul play.
I do that.
Conspiracy where the producers intercepted clothes in order to keep him naked for the sake of the comedy of the show. And I think that there could have been a lot of cases like that. There's also nothing that would have stopped them from sending things he didn't win, like dog food. He may have never, like, entered a dog food sweepstakes, and they could have sent it to him in order to further humiliate and torture him for the audience. Right. There's just so much shit in here that is beyond cruel and unusual. Like, it blows my mind that this is something that actually happened to a real human being.
神よ、我に生きる力を与えきり米です。じゃんじゃんじゃん。米は
It's not funny.
Luckily, he was able to win rice 3 months later.
That's not funny.
He won 10 kilograms of rice about 3-ish months after mainly surviving off dog food, as well as a couple of other foods that he'd win here and there. But dog food for a while was like his primary source of nutrition. And then he finally gets rice again. Now, it's been about 6 months-ish, and he is finally halfway to the goal. In 6 months, he reaches the halfway point. According to Atrocity Guide, he has submitted 38,000 entries by this point. 38,000 sweepstakes entries in 6 months, and he is only halfway to the goal.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. Somebody snuck in this man's house. He don't even got a blanket or nothing, bro. What? He got a lot of shit in his house, though.
この時ナスビは思った。
終わりですか。100万いったんですか。いってない。
Stop fucking with him,
意味がわからないんですけど、全然。うわー。車？やった。動いてる動いてる。
He is so happy.
まあ全部揃ってるというか、引っ越しっていうことなんですか？
Just when you thought it couldn't get more fucked up. So what happened here is this show was so popular, people eventually found out where Nasubi was being held. So there was paparazzi, reporters, and everything that all were crowding around the space. So the producers moved him to an identical space where no one would know where he was. It was super far away. It was like 5 hours away, I believe. Damn. And this whole time, Nasubi thought, oh, I must have won. But it turns out he didn't. They were just moving him to continue the game in a different location.
But he did say no.
Kidnapping,
he did say no.
And to a certain extent it is. The entire time, Nasubi is kind of delirious. He hasn't talked to people in a long time. He even says his mind is clouded with anxiety. And he's saying things that don't make any sense. He's unable to really talk to people or talk around people in general. He's like completely lost that ability due to right around 6 months in total isolation.
しかしこの企画が放送されていることを知らないナスビにプロデューサーは
なんか演技担ぎじゃあ私のためってことですねこれは
This for my own benefit.
身に余る光栄です
The team told Nasubi that he was moved to a new location for renewed luck, so better fortune at a new spot.
Bullshit.
Because they didn't want to tell him the real reason that they were relocating him. So they came up with that, and I'm pretty sure Nasubi doesn't believe them because he kind of laughs about it, saying, oh, so it's for my own benefit. I think he's very well aware now that this is a pretty fucking evil team of producers here.
Yeah,
and
you gotta just leave,
they
bro.
had for moving him probably wasn't for his own benefit.
But at what point do you just say no and you leave? Like, just self-respect, bro. Like, at what point do you just say no, I'm not doing this shit and leave, bro? Like, fuck that. Oh, he a freak. Look at them. Look at him. Hey, bro, if I was him, I've been putting my balls all in the camera. Y'all want to see, bitch?
His first
these
win
balls,
in the
bitch.
Location actually is a fucking fat one. He gets a new desk, a new chair. They're both relatively expensive too, so it's a great victory for him. And he shows his nails. The nail growth is outrageous. He hasn't been able to trim them in about 6 months now. Like, he is genuinely a prisoner here, and it shows.
With this room switch, producers decided to offer a live web stream alternative, causing them to digitally follow Nasubi around with a joystick in order to censor his genitalia. As you can see, the quality of the live stream is primitive, but keep in mind this is in the late 90s.
I couldn't actually find a high-quality clip showing how they censored the live stream or did the live broadcast, so this comes from Atrocity Guide as well. What they did is the producers had a whole team that was dedicated to following Nasubi around with a joystick like they were playing a fucking arcade game with a sensor to keep his dick and balls off the screen. And they live-streamed him. They wanted to offer a real-time alternative instead of just doing like the weekly Nasubi update with clips. They wanted 24/7 Nasubi coverage for anyone that wanted to go watch. So
I thought they was already doing that.
Time. I think it's definitely one of the first like actual around-the-clock live streams that ever actually aired. It's pretty
that boy was the first Casanat, boy.
ウィダーインゼリーが当たってかれこれ2週間当選がない。
ここまでね当たんないってのはなかなか久しぶりの出来事でね。
車で移動。着いたところは。
Got that Mario music. That's when you go in the tunnel. After seeing Nasubi's streak of misfortune, the staff decided to move the house for a second time. This is some bullshit.
So Nasubi initially had a good string of luck at the new location. I believe, according to Atrocity Guide, he had done 17,000 entries and won decent stuff, but then hit a really bad cold streak, even ran out of food at one point, so the producers did move him again to another location to help him out in winning more prizes, I suppose. And it worked, because he did win more prizes.
I don't know. Bro, stop fucking doing it. Oh, he got a VCR?
Video デッキを頭にぶつけ当選の舞。
Don't break that shit. Toilet paper.
ほんと10ヶ月ぶりにね、トイレットペーパーに触って。
They ain't get that man toilet paper? They ain't get that man toilet paper, bro? What has he been doing? That boy been washing it, boy. What the fuck?
He finally wins food again and really celebrates getting some potato chips. And he also gets a VHS player, which will be nice to go with the TV, assuming he ever wins a VHS tape to play it. But I think the most important thing he wins here is toilet paper. This is the first time he's had toilet paper in his entire stay. 10 months so far.
That's crazy.
And to celebrate, he tries to take a shit just out of frame, but was unable to. So an unsuccessful mission there, but at least he finally has toilet paper.
This man really got a PlayStation though?
6ヶ月前
That's nice.
Go.
Now this is by far
This
the
is good.
meatiest win he's gotten so far. A PlayStation. That's pretty expensive, especially during this
in
time
the 90s,
period.
yeah.
And it also enables him to have real entertainment for the first time in 10 months. This is like a moment that's straight out of like Civilization, where you climb up the tech tree slowly but surely. 8 months prior to this, he won a PlayStation 1 game, Dinsha to Go, which also had the special controller to go with it. Couldn't play it, obviously, at the time. 6 months ago, he won a TV. So he had a PlayStation game, a controller, a TV, but no console. He finally got that last missing piece of the puzzle, the console,
He just need
and is
a
able
tape
to
or
play
something, man.
PlayStation games now. Well, the single PlayStation game he's won.
And damn, it's too bad. Oh, well, but it is like 90s and shit. Also, like, DVDs. DVDs were, I don't know if they were a big thing or that was like a early 2000s thing. I think that was an early 2000s thing. But damn, man. Man, he need to apply for some tapes or something, bro. He probably did.
And what's really interesting about this is his first piece of actual entertainment he's had since being fucking imprisoned here. But also, and this was pointed out by Caleb, this would make him the world's first video game live streamer, because this is all being live streamed. All of this is a live broadcast. And he spent 4 straight days playing his PlayStation. So for 4 straight days, he was being streamed playing a game. This man was a patient hero of streaming.
That's interesting.
He walked so Twitch could run.
So Twitch could fuck everybody. He got naked so Twitch can F everybody. I already said fuck, so I might as well keep on saying fuck. Yeah, bro, they just fucking everybody, bro. Not me. I got the fuck off of there.
電車で GO 3日目に突入
Send that boy San Andreas. Oh wait, no, that's on PlayStation 2.
He played so much Dinsha to Go that he had to ban himself from playing it further so he could focus on entering into more sweepstakes and getting closer to freedom. So he stopped playing the game, went back to writing entries, and he was able to do it. He pulled off the last remaining prizes he needed to reach that million mark.
That's what's up. Man, I got tired.
タイヤが8万4000円つまり現在の総額は96万9114円
The tires put him extremely close to completing the challenge. He was right at the finish line here, so close he could throw the Dinsha to Go disc right over the finish line. Only a couple more wins would secure this.
Good, my boy, you did it.
Off. The final item he won that put him over the million yen threshold was a bag of rice. But Nasubi didn't know he won. It had been 335 straight days of constant, non-stop, relentless filling out of sweepstakes in order to win these prizes. 335 days of torture, and Nasubi had finally reached the finish line, but didn't know it.
He probably still filling that shit out today. But why are y'all doing that late at night, fucking weirdos?
Ever eat processed food for every single meal of their life.
ゴールを祝いクラッカーで祝福
100万になったってことですか
That boy look like that Japanese designer boy that did Kanye covers.
11ヶ月と1日前に抜かされた
Damn.
Per usual, the producers come in like a group of burglars during the night and start popping party poppers in his face, which scares the shit out of him and really confuses him. They eventually explain that he did win, he made 1 million yen, and they give him his clothes back. It's been 11 months and 1 day, and this is the first time Nasubi's putting clothes on in that entire time frame. So when he puts them on, he says that it's uncomfortable and itchy. But he's very happy to be done with the contest and glad that he's completed it. But that's not where this story ends.
Wow.
The producers took Nasubi to Korea, telling him it was a celebration for completing the game and for all of his hard work.
Right.
So he went to
I'm glad he got out, bro.
A lot of great food. He had a wonderful, incredible time, and then
things
got real fucked up.
Oh hell no.
そこは
What the fuck is that? What is that? Fuck no! Oh no! Don't do it, bro. You won. He won.
韓国の検証だけで生きていけるか
What?
ナスビ大ショック
Korea?
Nasubi was making them far too much money. The producers weren't done suckling from this cash cow's teat, so they trapped Nasubi in Korea. The goal this time wasn't 1 million yen. This time he was going to have to enter sweepstakes in Korea, which he didn't speak Korean, so he had to use a Korean to Japanese dictionary to translate. His goal was to enter the sweepstakes, win prizes, enough to afford a plane ticket from Korea to Japan. That was the objective. He was stripped naked yet again and forced to endure the same torture that he had already endured for 335 days prior. I would like to make a mention here. There is a moment where the producer says, if you don't want to do this, just say so. To which Nasubi responds, I'll do it. So I don't think they had ever forced him against his will to complete these challenges, but he was pretty much promised fame after doing these things. So
famous,
in the pursuit of Nasubi's big dreams, he allowed himself to be tortured mercilessly for 15 months.
And to be honest with you, after this amount of time, it's probably not all that he knows, but that's all he's been doing, bro. What they say, it only take a month to form a habit, bro.
こんなにいっぱいということは商品総額が 47,800 円ということはゴール 46,900 円突破検証生活 in Korea.
This time around, however, Nasubi went fucking plus ultra, straight up turbo mode. He had become a master at this shit. So he was actually able to complete this challenge in just about 2 months, which made the producers very upset because he didn't suffer long enough. So they increased the challenge duration. They moved the goalpost. Instead of just getting a one-way ticket from Korea to Japan in economy class, they required him to get an additional 9,000 yen in prize winnings to upgrade that ticket to business class.
エコノミークラスという一番安い料金こんなに頑張ったのにエコノミークラスとはあんまりだそこで
He was doing his thing. Oh, but he got some videos.
ビジネスクラスにランクアップ点まであと 9,500 円頑張れナスビ
Yeah, more scummy, evil shit from the producers here. They never even told him he initially completed the goal here. They just let him keep writing postcards until he'd gather another 9,000 yen. They didn't want him to win quickly. They didn't really want him to win it all because the longer he struggles and suffers, the more money they were making. So they let him just keep going and tried to spin it as a positive thing. Like, look at how hard Nasubi's working. We're not going to let him fly in economy class. So the new goal is business class because it's what Nasubi would want. Just genuinely fucked shit.
Yeah. The fuck you got coffee, bitch?
9,000 円ということは商品総額は 61,800 円ということファーストクラスにランクアップということはゴールの金額もランクアップ
Nasubi easily gathered the remaining 9,500 yen after winning some expensive tea leaves, so he was absolutely slapping the producers' bottoms. Like, he was going hog wild right now.
Do that
so
shit,
again,
man.
They increased the goal without ever telling him. Now, business class wasn't good enough. now is going to have to be a first class ticket. Which
bro,
was
just give up, bro. Give up. I'll walk out.
Which, again, was pretty quick for Nasubi to gather. He won a live octopus, a big picture frame, and was able to gather enough money through prizes pretty quickly to get that final rank up to first class passenger. So then he finally gets the ticket from Korea to Japan in first class, and it's over.
Oh man. He said he does something that surprises everyone. He gets undressed. Oh no! Oh, they fake as hell. They a punk ass. They punk boy. You fake, you punk bitch. You boy. I don't even know what to say, bro. That's cruel, bro. Fuck y'all hoes. Fuck all of y'all. That's what I would have been like. You know, fuck all of y'all, bitches. The boy is naked. I would have been like, you motherfucker. Well, he famous now. I know that's scary for him. The story wouldn't be complete without one more final act of cruelty towards Nasubi. They blindfold him, put noise-canceling headphones on him, disorient him, and drag him on stage into a mock room designed to look like the rooms that he'd been staying in for the last 15 months. So out of pure instinct, he gets completely nude again. It's the only life he knows, so without ever being told to take his clothes off, he does it anyway. And then the walls break away, revealing a live studio audience laughing at him and congratulating him for completing the show. Nasubi is understandably confused because for 15 months he has been psychologically and physically tortured. So he doesn't understand what's happening, he doesn't get it, and is shocked, scared, and all around bewildered. Yeah, it's just one more sick fucking joke from the producers. Yeah, millions of people watching the finale, as well as thousands in person watching him, completely naked and completely having no idea what's going on or why. The Life of Prizes was finally complete, and the entire show, Susanoo Denpa Shonen, was canceled pretty shortly after. It didn't have like a super long run after this. But the toll that this experience took on Nasubi's life obviously didn't stop with the finale. He reported being uncomfortable in clothes for about 6 months afterwards, and his social skills had obviously deteriorated. He said he was a lot more shy and not really able to be a comedian super well anymore because obviously he had been cut off for so long from people. He just kind of lost the ability to carry on conversations efficiently and overall just became a lot more reserved as a result of this. He did, however, sell his diary, the Nasubi Life of Prizes diary, like his journal, and that was a bestseller. That was a massive success. But he himself never achieved that level of fame that he was kind of promised with a show like this. He did have certain roles in other productions, and some of them pretty sizable roles in other productions, but never a massive success in Japan, even though this is like the most successful live stream in Japan's history. So just an overall extremely sad and cruel story. The main producer behind this show has gone on record and said he doesn't regret anything. I bet he doesn't, bro. I bet he fucking doesn't. Like, because it's not your life. Of course you wouldn't regret it. Of course, it made you a whole bunch of money. You did what you did, and he, quote, agreed to it. So it's not your life. Of course you wouldn't. Man, you got to watch out for those people, man. You really do. You got to watch out for those people. Some people in their life, they would do you wrong. They would do you dirty. They would look you in your face, and they'll think they justified for it because you were okay with it. Certain level of you was okay with it, so they think that their evil is justified, bro. You got to watch out for them people. You can't talk to them because they don't have no accountability in their life, bro.
He said his goal is to make miracles on film, and with Nasubi, he accomplished that goal. He did apologize to Nasubi, and Nasubi confirms that the producer did apologize to him, but the apology only does fuck all. Like, that doesn't make up for 15 months of lost human contact and health.
They needed to rehabilitate him.
That's a nothing burger. But I guess at least he apologized, even though he made millions of dollars off the back of Nasubi's suffering. But anyway, I wanted to share this story because I find it to be one of the most interesting ones when it comes to like live broadcast television as well as live streaming. This is one of the first live streams, and it was fucking bizarre. Extremely fucked up story. And yeah, I just wanted to share that with all of you. Thank you to Caleb and Chelsea for compiling a bunch of clips here, so that way we can tell the story as best as possible. And yeah, that's about it. See ya.
Man, you know what, Charlie? That was amazing, bro. That was very well put together. I can't believe it's taken me this long to actually really fully watch this shit. But bro, you know, it's just all about what, you know, how bad do you want it, man? How bad do you want it? Do you want fame? And also, are you prepared to do whatever it is to get it? And me personally, I'm not. I don't want to do whatever it takes. You know why? Because when you do whatever it takes, then you're going to compromise principles. Now, maybe you can modify it and say, I'm going to do whatever it takes as long as I don't X, Y, Z. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's a better way, a better take of it. But in me personally, I'm going to do what I need to do. That's just, like, I feel like that's a better saying for me. It's like, I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to do what I have to do. I'm going to do what I need to do to achieve my goals to be successful. But it's like, at the end of the day, if you're too thirsty for anything, success, relationships, whatever, friendships, it doesn't matter, bro. It could even be a family member. If you're too thirsty for their affection, they love, if you're too thirsty for views, likes, content, like, bro, you know, at the end of the day, you'll end up what they call selling your soul, bro, because you just are willing to do whatever to compromise your principles. And then, to me, I feel like you're a shell of a person if you compromise your principles, bro. Like, you know, you gotta stand on something, bro. And if you can't stand on your principles, then you damn sure can't even stand on your own 2 feet. But anyways, that's just what I think, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Go down in the comments. I know this is very interesting. I know we don't post this normally on there, but man, it's kind of interesting. So y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Go out there and check out the Patreon, man. It's only $3 a month. I'll see y'all in the next video.